Howdy, folks. It's Howie here, Howie Cat, and well, I've been reviewing the Berserk series very slowly. It's been taking me a long time because I kind of read one. It takes no time to read one. And I kind of process it and come up with something to say because really there's not a lot to say about each one. And that is not to put these down one bit. They're really good reads. They're very fast reads in a way. I mean, not in a way, they're pretty fast. And, I mean, it's a big story. There's 40 of these so far that have been put out. It's a big, epic story. So when you're at part 6, I mean, you're just still doing world building, background. So all you can pick out are little moments that really tickle you. I mean, there's a lot of action. There's a lot of, you know, things that are set up to pay off later and all that. And that's all there, but I can't really talk about it because I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I know the action's just absolutely kick butt in this thing. And I decided to pick this one back up. I've been sitting here because Kentaro Miura, I hope I didn't butcher that. He passed away very recently, week, 2 weeks, whatever, very recently in May. And he was a very young man, actually, in his 50s. And he's been doing this book since 1989. And there's been a lot of talk about whether this book will continue or not. Apparently, the word now is that it will be continuing just in Japan. And out of respect, they took a moratorium of a while, and they're still taking a moratorium, I presume. They just announced that the book's not finished, as it wasn't finished, but he left enough notes behind that his underlings can continue it, which is interesting because I thought 40 was it. I didn't know that. I don't know how it, what happens in 40, obviously, so I didn't know. That would be it. I thought that's what we're building with them. So it's not even a 40 book arc, which is huge. It's bigger when the whole thing's done. But whatever. This was fun. It's a beautiful book. I mean, really, I'm not massive on manga, but the reading it, like I've said in others, the reading is odd because you start at the back. I mean, we're in America, but you start at the back of the book and you read. Actually, you really do read from right. Well, this one doesn't give, so you would read this panel, then this panel. Doom, 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 doom. Very, not unusual. That's the way it is. Doom, doom. Read this big one, this. So, and people have asked, why don't they just print it in a way that Americans can read it? And you really can't. They'd have to be cutting and pasting everything and flipping it. Forget it. You can't just translate it because then you'd be reading it this way, but still this way. That would be silly. So we got a lot more action, a lot more character development. Artistically, we have some of our coolest stuff here. Put a little mark there for what I really liked. Yeah, I love this. When it shifts to this really more detailed sketch look rather than the anime, I like that a lot. And you see it here as he's going into battle. Or coming home, whatever it was doing, I forget at that moment. I also marked it because one of the most, I don't know, I thought this scene was sweet. If I spot it, yeah. He's talking to this girl that he's been, chatting up, whatever, they hang out. She's noble. He's a peasant that fights for them, a mercenary. And they have these lodestones, which is a magnetic stone. And she wears the woman's stone, but she gives him the man's stone. And said, always the man's stone will seek the woman's stone. So they'll always be together, which is sweet. And as she gives it to him, she says she wants to give it to him as a gift because he's going off to war. And she wants him to keep it so that he'll come back safe for her. And then at one point he says, I'm not going to take this. It's not mine. And she says, why? Why won't you take this? He goes, because you're just loaning it to me. I'll give it back to you when I come back. And I thought that was sweet. He was like reassuring her that he'll be back from the war. Who knows if he will or won't. But you know what I mean? It's just, it was a good, that moment got me. It was a nice one. As in, it didn't make me like gush and all that. I was just like, aw, that was sweet. Sweet little moment in the midst of a very violent and gory book where we see them go to war. And they, here's them preparing for war. And, well, and so, anyways, I was a fan. I'm a fan of the series. I'm just slow on reading them because I read a lot of different things. And I would like to say Kentaro Miura. God, I butchered that name, I'm sure. Rest in peace, sir. You've created a masterpiece that will live on. Thank you. All right. Have a good day, folks.